Could the Bitcoin price potentially be setting up for another major market sell-off at some point within the next 24 to 36 hours? Let's dive in and analyze. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Crypto Kirby here, your cryptocurrency expert, back with another edition of the daily live stream. Today we're going to discuss the possibility of Bitcoin selling off within the next 36 hours. And of course, I'd like to explain why that time frame, because I'm sure all the moon boys are ready. Clickbait, Kirby, clickbait. All right, little James, settle down with your little clickbait, because right now, Don Carbonaccio is seeing some very startling signs beginning to appear in this chart. And although this could result in a potential sell-off, I'm also going to discuss the possibility of us breaking to the upside and what I would be looking for if it breaks up instead of down, and then where my upside targets would be, etc., etc. So we're going to cover both sides here, okay? So as a full-time trader, I'd like to discuss with you my strategy, my game plan, and how I plan to crush this market right now in the immediate term. So without any further ado, you guys already know the deal. If you like these daily crypto videos and nightly live streams, smack that thumbs up button, click the subscribe, tick the little bell, and let's get this crypto. Moon the likes, ladies and gentlemen. Moon them up. All right, so we'll begin with our Bitcoin technical analysis. And of course, before we begin, this is not investment advice. This is not trading advice. These are only my own opinions, ideas, and speculative hypotheses on the market. Always do your own research and your own due diligence before investing or trading, as this market is extremely high risk, and I am not your financial advisor. I will never tell you what to do with your trades or investments. That being said, let's begin right here on the daily time frame for Bitcoin. Now, as I pointed out in the introduction, I said 24 to 36 hours. Now, simply put, my friends, this is because we are about to see a daily close very shortly here after the time of recording on Bitcoin. This will close out the week, and more importantly, the traditional equities markets open back up tomorrow morning. Now, we've seen a large correlation between Bitcoin and the traditional equities markets. Just to show you guys again here, we saw a large sell-off in the equities markets, right? This completely coincided with the large sell-off that we saw in the Bitcoin price. Then what do you know? We see a slight uptick for several weeks here in the global equities markets, right? And what do you know again, my friends? Several weeks of upside action in the Bitcoin price. The main thing that I want to convey here is that it's possible, as the global uncertainty continues to unravel here and new data comes in and in over the next several weeks, it's possible that we are still going to see a close correlation between the global equities markets and the Bitcoin price, okay? Whether or not you'd like to believe that that's going to happen, that's up to you. For me, I look at this market like a realist. The data has showed me that recently Bitcoin has been correlated to the traditional equities markets. It is not performing as these moon boy delusional fantasizers would like to believe that it is. Hey, it's a store of value, Kirby. The system's going down. Don't you get it? Everyone's going to be buying Bitcoin. Really, little James, everyone's going to be buying Bitcoin when they want to put bread on the table, fill their family's glasses up with water, and you think they're going to be FOMOing into Bitcoin? Sheesh. All right, now let's get to the analysis here, my friend, before I blow a gasket. All right. So right now, I hope you guys see that I have these boxes here, the red box, all right? This is the macro resistance / support of the macro trend, in my opinion, which now, because we've been trading from the bottom up into it, is a resistance, a potential resistance, right? Just as trading down into it from the top end is a tentative support region, right? You see that? Trading from below and into it is a new potential resistance. We are seeing resistance up at the top of this region right now, and more importantly, when we zoom in, we are seeing resistance inside this white box in particular. Now, this white box symbolizes our three tops here, and this is interesting because we could be forming somewhat of a tentative ascending bullish triangle, right? A series of higher lows and a series of equal tops, relatively equal tops, forming a flat line of resistance along the top. And, you know, per classical technical analysis theory, if we are to break to the upside here and close daily candle bodies above this resistance region, we could see further breakout to the upside, right? It's possible. Now, as much as we'd all like for that to happen, there's several things standing in the way, in my opinion, right, that make that less probable, okay? Although we're going to discuss if that does happen, what could potentially be the outcome. Now, this is just a historic price region here, my friends, that Bitcoin has respected for years at this point. Look, let's go all the way back to 2018. It just respected this level over and over and over again. I mean, look at all of this, right? We saw a peak, a support the whole way, and then it flipped and had the same exact respect all the way through 2019 and into 2020, actually. Until most recently we capitulated through it, and we're back testing that for the first time right now. And basically, my friends, what you would expect is when trading back up into it from underneath, that it could act as a tentative resistance, right? So now we need to look for clues. We've got that level right there that's just in and of itself a potential resistance zone. We've already seen that the price action has topped out 3 times without being able to get above that very specific resistance. And now, if you look here, we have the Fibonacci extension targets of this move here, right? From top to bottom, this move. And we have the honey hole of Don Fibonacci right here, my friends, right between this 0.618 and the 0.5. We are inside that honey hole right now. And my friends, if you take a close look here, let's zoom in on the 4-hour time frame now. You could see that our 2 wicks here, our highest wicks of this trend, have just exactly tapped the 0.618. And we haven't been able to get above it. And Bitcoin has historically, my friends, loved to top out around these 0.618 regions, especially within the honey hole between the 0.5 and the 0.618. Now, this doesn't mean that it has to top out here, but in a bearish trend, this would be the area, at least in my opinion, based on the correlations that I've seen historically here for Bitcoin, that this would be an area of interest that we could see a topping out formation and another further retest to the downside. Now, also on the daily time frame, we know that we have that death cross there between the 50 and the 200-day moving averages, right? I mean, look at it, ladies and gentlemen. It's just heinous. And actually, one of the more important things right now is that this 50-day moving average is coming down, looking to potentially tap into my red box of historic macro resistance there and potentially even make its way into our white box. And a characteristic of death crosses is that we do sometimes see the price look to test up to the crossed moving average before then further sell-off, right? And if this continues to move down here, I mean, it's possible that we get some algorithmic bot selling action when we get very close to that 50-day moving average if things continue to perform very bearishly, okay? Now, in terms of targets to the downside, well, my friends, I mean, clearly, I think that the only logical target to the downside, for me at least, is going to be a double bottom retest, right? And that's, you know, anywhere really between 5,500 to 3,800. I mean, this whole range in particular. And we do actually have an interesting region at around 5,800, right? Where we saw this level here went from resistance to then a breakout. And then upon back test, right? After this region was broke through, it ripped up, failed, support, up, failed, support. And we haven't back tested that region yet again. So if we do, I mean, maybe the bulls put in some type of a battle for support around that region before a further test to the upside. But my friends, it's very tricky because the more times that we get rejected up around this $7,000 region without breaking through, the more sell pressure this, you know, theoretically creates up here, because if the bulls don't have enough momentum to get through there, I mean, then the logic behind it is, what is the incentive to be buying at these support levels if the bulls have proven that they're unable to get above this region? You see what I'm saying? So, you know, for me, if we lose this upward sloping trend line here, this higher low trajectory, right? Most importantly, taking out around the $6,200 region and down. If we get rejected here again, I mean, even if we find some sort of a bounce here from the bulls around 5,800, my friends, this is looking like a classic bearish distribution range, really just, seeing sideways action below a multi-year area of critical support and resistance flips. I mean, at the 0.618 Fibonacci extension of the swing. I mean, to me, that with a death cross right between the 50 and the 200, I mean, for me, my friends, this is just overwhelmingly bearish still. I mean, I sure hope that my analysis here gets negated. I hope so, because I would love for this to get very, very bullish. But at the time right now, from a realistic perspective, I'm just not seeing it. And if we look at the moving averages here on the weekly as well, we still are flush under the 21. The 21 is converging now, potentially looking to touch down into this red box area of resistance as well. Just another indicator to throw into the pot. The 21 has been a very, very telling indicator over Bitcoin's history for the health of the trend, still trading below that. If we look here at our RSI, you guys would know that I've been closely following a fractal for a very, very long time, my friends. Let's actually show this fractal here, okay? And this is between the 21-week moving average, which is pulled up there on the orange line, and the RSI here. Now let's draw our RSI line, and we're going to draw this right here. Let's get this across. And what I want you guys to notice is that these two times in history, there's actually one more if we went to the BLX chart, but I'm not going to pull that up just now. We'll just look at this for now. These two occurrences here, right? And we've actually seen three now that Bitcoin really capitulates below that region. When we're below the 21-week moving average on the weekly time frame, and we're below roughly a 39 on the RSI, we've seen Bitcoin capitulate. I mean, absolutely heinous levels, right? I mean, nearly 70% on that one down. This one here was about 50% down. And this one right here, actually, my friends, was another heinous drop. We can't truly see it because we just ripped right through it. But right now, we are testing up into a level here that you could see Bitcoin is now on the RSI getting up into a range here rather than a line, right? If we draw a little box here rather than just a line, there's a ton of historic confluence in here, right? Look, a bottom there, resistance, bottom there, bottom, resistance, bottom. Now, we are back up into this range now on the weekly, and that is roughly between the 40 and the 47 to 48 range. So let's call it 40 to 48 here. If Bitcoin is going to see another major sell-off, I would speculate that this could potentially occur with Bitcoin's weekly RSI somewhere between a 40 and a 48. Right now, at the time of recording, it appears to be around a 43. So just something else to keep on your radar there, my friends, okay? At this point in time, I'm just not seeing anything majorly bullish. I mean, I hope that changes. Like I've stated, I hope it changes. But right now, it appears to me that the traditional markets are set to open again tomorrow. And if the news continues to be poor for the world economy and the situation with the, the health concerns around the world right now, I mean, I think Bitcoin may see some large price action. And for me right now, the probability of the price action moving to the downside is certainly higher than it moving to the upside. That doesn't mean that it can't move to the upside. This is just a game of probabilities. And in my opinion, the probability of a downside move is certainly greater than that of an upside move. Let's get this crypto, okay? Right now, my friends, I am preparing to potentially crush this move, whichever way it breaks. If it moves up, great. I'll look to play it to the upside. If it breaks down, I'll be looking to play that as well. I mean, there is going to be, in my opinion, some potentially life-changing trading opportunity here, my friends. You don't want to miss out if you're looking to see when I'm looking to enter and exit my trades. If you want to see exactly how I'm setting up my trade setup ideas, all of that, my friends, I will be posting all of my entries, exits, trade setup ideas, strategy ideas, etc., all exclusively for you in VIP. If you're not already in my VIP, I mean, my friends, you should already know that the Don has literally since way back at the top of this bull run, I was creating videos saying, my friends, 14K could have been the top based on the 0.618 Fibonacci extension target. It did wind up being the top. Then the Don shorted this one right here, right? Shorted this descending triangle that the Moon Boys were all buying in at. Notice all those people that bought up there, they're not even in the space anymore, right? They FOMO'd at the top. They're gone now, okay? The Don shorted it again. Then the Don was looking at this one here. My friends, this could be the top again. Old multi-month support flipping into new potential resistance. It was, and it dropped hard. Then, my friends, most recently, you know the Don has been shorting, my friends. And most recently here, the Don shorted this drop right here, took a short in this region, wound up closing down here. I took another short here, took a little profit here, and right now I'm awaiting like a ninja in the shadows, watching this trend like a hawk with an eagle eye, my friends, preparing to strike like a cobra out of the grass and get this crypto. So if you do want to see how I'm setting up all of my future trades, my friends, I will be posting all of my trade setup ideas, entries, exits, targets, take profit zones, all exclusively for you right now after this video in VIP. If you are not already in my VIP, sheesh. Today is truly the day. It's time to transform yourself from average Joe into savage Joe. Let's get this crypto. My friends, I'll see you in VIP right now. Keep your eye on the traditional markets. Again, the time frame for the 36 hours is purely because those markets are going to open, then they're going to close. We're going to see the futures market trading. I think very turbulent times could be ahead. And most importantly, Bitcoin is coiled up, ready to make an explosive move, in my opinion. So mix that into the pot with the traditional markets potentially looking to show us some fireworks here on a new, fresh week. I think that this could be the final straw here for Bitcoin before it makes its next major market movement. And I'm going to be looking to potentially catch that move to the best of my ability to crush this market and get this crypto. And that is exactly what I'll be keeping you up to date with in VIP as I set up my trades, etc. So I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. And my friends, if you could, for the algorithm, just leave a thumbs up and a comment. Anything, my friends. Leave a thumbs up and a comment saying, thanks, Kirby. Get wrecked, Kirby. Anything. I so appreciate it. I hope you appreciate me. And if you're brand new, my friends, don't forget to subscribe, tick the little bell, and select all. I do realistic Bitcoin analysis like this nearly on a daily basis. So if you're brand new, I will be posting very frequently here as the chart develops. You won't want to miss it. So subscribe, tick the little bell, and select all. I will see you in the next one. And my friends, most importantly, I will see you in VIP right now after this video. Let's get this crypto. And until next time, my friends, the Don has spoken. Be safe, be happy, be healthy. It's your boy, Crypto Kirby. Peace and love, my friends. Curbs.